What's going on, guys? Welcome to the Grey White Sharpedo Pokemon channel. Today we have another speed run, and it is with a drumroll, please. HERACROSS! Pokemon Fire Red. Make sure you like and subscribe. Hopefully you enjoy. Hello everybody and welcome back to the Grey White Sharpedo Pokemon channel. Today is another Pokemon Fire Red speedrun, this time with HERACROSS. Hopefully you guys enjoy. If you do, please make sure to like and subscribe. Leave a comment of what Pokemon you think I should do next. Let's get into it. So we start off by changing Bulbasaur with HERACROSS, and we have to fight against Charizard, but I didn't realise later in the game that I was actually going to have Rock Slide and be able to one-hit KO Charizard, but anyway, you'll see. Probably should have done Blastoise, would have made it a little bit harder, I think. So anyway, we learn Horn Attack very early, and having that 65 base power, especially on a HERACROSS, is overpowered, especially at the beginning of the game. Sort of levels out a bit more later on, but we easily dispatch sort of everybody. After 32 minutes, we take on Brock, and we fight our way through as best we can. HERACROSS being part Dark type really actually helps us out through a lot of this game. If we were just a plain Bug, I don't think it would go so well, but having the fighting type makes it so much easier in terms of not having that weakness to rock types. Go through Mount Moon, get to level 20, and we take on our rival again just before the Nugget Bridge. Where at this stage, it's still extremely easy. We're still quite overpowered, especially with Horn Attack being 65 base power. An hour 35, we take on Misty, bang out a Staryu with Brick Break. And then we take on Starmie, who, let's be honest, is a pretty tough opponent. Go to the SSN, take on our rival again. We're pretty well cruising through the game at this point in time. It's pretty obvious that it's going to level off a bit later on, but very early game we are flying. I think we're probably on record pace in terms of the 3 other speedruns that I've done so far. We take on Lieutenant Surge and we basically one-shot his whole team. We're almost at level 30 already, so we're tracking fairly well for the rest of the game. I used Brock's Rock Tomb for HERACROSS as well, just to give him some coverage against the flying types, because we do have a 4 times weakness to flying. So in the I think it's the Rock Tunnel, we learn Rock Slide, which is an extra 25 power stronger than Rock Tomb. And we actually hang on to that for the rest of the game. It makes the game a lot easier, especially against the flying types and ice types as well. Take on Giovanni. Look at how much we've progressed level-wise as well. We've jumped to level 38 through Rock Tunnel and working our way through the Rocket Hideout. One-shot his whole team. And then we move on to Erica. And it is 3 hours and 17 minutes before we take her on, and we actually run into a little bit of trouble. I start the battle paralyzed. I didn't have any paralyzed heals, and I didn't want to go back and heal up. I just thought I'd try and get the battle over and done with as quick as I could, and Rock Slide was lucky enough to one-shot Vileplume. We go to the Lavender Tower, destroy the rival, because we are so much higher in terms of levels at this point of the game. This is the easiest rival battle, I reckon, throughout the whole game, because his levels are so far behind. Now, Koga, our mortal enemy in this run. He was the one we struggled against the most in the entire game, and you'll see why, and you'll see what happens. Self-destruct from coughing kills us, because our defense is garbage, so we try again immediately. A critical hit self-destruct again. So I thought I'd go and level up a bit more in the second Rocket Hideout, and we take on the rival, and it's still completely overpowered against him. He's got nothing against us at all. Same with Giovanni. We go and take on Giovanni, and it's still pretty easy. By this point, we're about to learn Mega Horn, which is very, very handy. We take it out pretty easy. Destroy his whole team, which makes it a little bit tricky, but having Brick Break, and I didn't realize too that our ability is actually Guts, so being able to up your attack stat when you're poisoned is even more overpowered as well, especially with HERACROSS. Having such a high attack stat as well as having the Guts ability, it's actually quite ridiculous. So we go and take on Sabrina immediately afterwards and absolutely ruin her. She's got no defensive walls whatsoever. We Rock Slide the whole way. We do get a little bit of a scare against Venomoth, as you'll see here. Gust being 4 times weak against is a bit of a worry. 4 hours and 45 minutes, we're back at Koga again, and we give it another go. And as you'll see, we still struggle a little bit. Having that loss of accuracy really hurts us. And it slows us down a lot. Even though our attack stat is quite high, we lose again. If that one smoke screen completely throws us off our game, we come back again a bit stronger, and this time we're able to finally get rid of Koga and his poison type Pokemon. Finally beating Koga. It took us long enough. We get on our way through the burnt hideout and we get to Blaine. Pretty well dispatched them. Having Rock Slide throughout this game, I don't really know how Heracross, I guess he's a fighting type, so it makes sense. Having Rock Slide makes such a difference throughout the rest of the game from the point that we got it in the Rock Tunnel. It's just brilliant. And having Brick Break being an extra 0.5% stronger as well is really handy. We get crit by a Fire Blast though from Arcanine, so we go back for our second attempt and we do it quite easily. He flinches and we get him good. 5 hours and 22 minutes after we beat Blaine, we go and face Giovanni in his gym. 5 hours 42 minutes. We basically, I didn't realise I'd run out of Brick Breaks, which is what I was going to rely on to completely destroy him. But luckily we have Mega Horn and we have Strength, which is quite overpowered still at this point in the game. It really only sort of stops at the Elite Four. That was the only time we really start to have some troubles, as you'll see in a minute. We take on Nidoking. Having that extra Guts ability is handy. Then being poisoned by the Nidoqueen, I think it almost doubles our attack stat. So we go and take on our rival immediately afterwards, completely destroy them. It's funny, we don't really have any dramas throughout this whole playthrough except Koga and a certain person in the Elite Four, as you'll see in a sec. We get to the Elite Four, 6 hours and 24 minutes, so we're on world record pace in terms of our speed runs so far. We take on Lorelei as a tester just to see if we can beat her. We're at level 62, and as you can see, we actually fare quite well against her because we are a fighting type. Cloyster wastes a few of our moves, and Jinx almost gets us. And then we one-shot Lapras, which I don't think I've done this whole speedrun so far. So, I figure, best to load up on the rare candies, get to level 70, and have a real good crack and see if we can win it from here. We take on Bruno. We beat his whole team pretty convincingly. So again, we can at least beat the first 2 Elite Four members pretty easily. And then we go and face old lady Agatha and her Gengars. The only drama is here, we don't really have any good moves against them. Mega Horn is not very effective because they're poison types, and it only does about half their health. So Rock Slide's our only one that we can use, and the accuracy's still not that great. So we managed to take her out and beat her. I load up, put a Citrus Berry onto our Heracross, and we take on Lance. Again, we didn't really do as well as I thought I was going to. Rock Slide doesn't do as much damage as I was hoping. Brick Break neither against Aerodactyl. His wing attack almost completely wipes us out. Nevertheless, Dragonites does, so we train up a bit longer. 7 hours on the dot when we get to beat Agatha again and get to Lance for another shot. As you can see, we're just no match. We're not high enough leveled. 7 hours and 12 minutes. Another 12 minutes later, so it's almost one quick straight run back, and we're at level 75. We're 5 levels higher, and we get one hit KO'd again. It's getting ridiculous at this point in time. We're starting to grind up a lot more than what I originally thought I was going to have to. We take on Dragonite, finally beat it with a Rock Slide. However, that was our last Rock Slide, and we're in trouble for the champion battle. I was trying to find another move that I could teach it. I really had nothing. No Rock Slides meant I couldn't one-shot Pidgeot. Pidgeot uses Sand Attack against us, and we're pretty well screwed from here. Charizard takes us out. So this time we come back, and we've got a lot more Rock Slides, and we one-shot Pidgeot. We one-shot Alakazam. We one-shot Charizard. Executor was actually a bit of a scary one because he put us to sleep. I thought he would have had Psychic and he could have killed us, but he didn't have it at all. So we take out the rest of his team. We beat the Pokemon League. We beat the challenge. But the question is our speed. How quick did we finish? It's actually our second slowest time at 8 hours and 2 minutes. What a shame. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed. And stick around to find out what we're playing as next week. Thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, please make sure you like and subscribe. It was a bit frustrating towards the end. We just couldn't get past that Dragonite. And then we ran out of rock slides for our rival. But hey, 8 hours and 2 minutes wasn't too bad. I thought I was going to do a lot better. I thought we were probably going to beat the 7 hour mark the way we were going. But can't win them all. If you guys are still here, a little tidbit for next week. It's going to be a Doug Trio speed run. Thank you to Hammy Star for the comment. And guys, make sure you leave your favourites that you want me to do and see how fast we can do it. Thanks for watching, guys. See you next week with Doug Trio. Peace!